Welcome to week 2, and in this video I'm going to give you an overview of our topic for the week, and it is being a designer and using technology effectively. One of the things that I worry a lot about is how technology is just being thrown at teachers. Here, get this device, here, have this tool, and not a whole lot is being done to train them on how to utilize it effectively, but also how to change their pedagogy to incorporate the technology. It should not be all about the tool or the app. It should be about what kind of environment, what kind of innovative pedagogy it allows teachers to utilize. So in this set of resources, this first part is going to be about teacher beliefs, because how you believe that your classroom should be structured, how you believe the teacher's role should be or the student's role, that has a lot to do with how you teach. And teaching and learning is impacted by teacher beliefs. And that is the same thing about integrating technology. And so I want you to read these two articles here about how teacher beliefs impact technology use. And so this first one by Benjamin Harold on Education Week, and some of you might have subscribed to that journal for your building your PLN project. But he talks about why EdTech is not transforming how teachers teach. So he goes back and talks about how devices are flooding into districts, but teachers are still using that lecture, the teacher-focused model of instruction. So it's really interesting how his spin he puts on it. The next one is a piece by Peggy Ertmer and her colleagues, and they are talking about teacher beliefs and uses of technology. But what I love is that Ertmer actually started just talking of her research focused on just teacher beliefs about just things in general. So she has a lot of articles published in the last 20 years that focus on teacher beliefs and how it impacts what teachers do in classrooms. So in the last several years, she started kind of gravitating toward teacher beliefs and use of technology. And what I really like about the studies that they do is that they don't just focus on the tools, the devices, and what it allows students to do, but they focus on the pedagogy, the classroom environment. How is it changed, or how should it be changed based on technology integration, and how teacher beliefs play a part in that. So if you believe that technology should be integrated and the student should have a lot of control, and the pedagogy should be student-centered, not teacher-directed, then you're going to integrate technology a lot differently than teachers who believe that the teacher needs to have primary control all the time, and students need to only do what the teacher tells them to do. There shouldn't be student choice and all of that. So she talks about how those beliefs in teaching and learning, how do they translate into their use of technology. So it's really, really an interesting piece there. So the next set of resources that you're going to explore have to do with the SAMR model. And the reason I put these two things together is because the SAMR model talks about how you use technology, at what level. Do you just use it to substitute for something else and it doesn't really change what you're doing? Or do you use it to either augment or modify your instruction, or even redefine what you and your students could do with technology? And I'll let these resources that I've linked here, or that you can watch here, this video, talk about really what is the SAMR model, and what does it look like in schools. And so you can choose two of these to explore. I've tried to do several different things, video, article, and I have linked here a listly of SAMR examples. And so you can go through here and try to find some examples to look at, because this is going to look differently in a high school classroom versus an elementary classroom versus middle school. Also, you can click on this Twitter search and you can see what some people are talking about when it comes to the SAMR model. And that might be beneficial to find some other research as well. And this last one I put here because Monica Burns does a really good job, and she is a frequent blogger on Edutopia, but she does a really good job of what I was just talking about, putting the learning first, not the technology tool. So the tool should be able to come alongside you and allow these different learning opportunities to happen. But she talks about that in relationship to the new technology tools she's focusing on. So as you post on your small group discussion boards this week, you're going to be sharing about your beliefs about technology. And I want you to know that whatever your beliefs are, I want you to be honest, because not everybody is going to value everything. Just be honest about your beliefs, support it with evidence and your own practices and experiences that you've done, you've gone through. You're also going to evaluate your beliefs according to the traditional or constructivist model that the Ertmer um, article referred to, and give reasons. You're going to discuss some of the samer resources and then give some questions that you have. And so I look forward to learning about your beliefs about technology, and then any questions that you had regarding that. Then later on in the week, you're going to be evaluating one lesson that you already taught in your classroom. So something you've done in the past. And you are going to be evaluating that according to the SAMR framework. So you're going to describe your lesson and include these different elements that I have here, but you are going to talk about whether that lesson is teacher or student focused. What are you asking the students to do? How do they collaborate? How do they use tech tools? And then discuss which level of SAMR that your lesson would be in right now. So the one you're describing. Because then later you are actually going to redesign that lesson to be at a higher level. And so if you have your students write notes in Google Docs, that would just be a substitute. But if you have them create and share Google Docs with other people in the world, do a voiceover of their notes to describe what they were thinking, what they were doing, and then collaborate on a project based on that, that would be more at the redefinition, because that allowed them to do something that they hadn't been able to do before, just with writing or just with Google Docs. So you can look at that and think about that, and the lesson redesign is down here. And you do a couple of other things throughout this week, which are really fun. You're going to start collecting resources for your technology trend analysis project, which is your final project. You will be tweeting out one article that you found with a comment, just to share your research, and you'll be doing a couple of other things. You can read through that. But I just wanted to give you an overview of what we will be doing this week and the different resources that you will be exploring.